Players V speaking to Chelmsford manager Robbie Simpson after a 4-2 win today against Worthing. Robbie, what a great game.
Yeah, what a game. What a game. I have to say, I thought that we were really good from start to finish. I know we went in at 2-1 down, but I felt like in the first half we showed some real high quality and should have been 2-0 up before they scored. And but we know Worthing are a good team. We know how they play, and when they do it well, it's tough. It's tough to defend against. And we were a bit. I wouldn't say we were passive. We were just caught between being brave and being sensible. And we were kind of caught a few times in that first half, just in no man's land a bit, which if you do that against them, their eyes light up. You know, you have to try and make them predictable. You either stop it at source or you sit in and keep them in front. And we kind of did neither on a few occasions in that first half, particularly obviously both their goals. But you have to give credit to them, and he's put in 2 good crosses. And the first one, I don't think we could have done much about. I think it's just a great cross, and Frankie hasn't lost him. I think it's hit all 3 of them, him, Beachy, and their striker, and gone in. The second one, we need to defend better when the cross comes in. But yeah, I don't think we warranted going in behind. But we had to try and get a reaction from our players. Obviously, going in behind, it makes our instructions quite easy. It's be brave, you know. Don't worry about what's behind you. We're losing. We need to win. Go after them. You know, don't sit in and keep them in front. Just get after them. Be brave. If we have to recover, then we will, and if we need Eddie, he'll make a save for us. If we need to make a last-ditch recovery, then we will. And I thought second half we were so good, probably the best half of football since I've been in charge, maybe.
Yeah, and the goal from Trotter made it 1-1, and then we're looking to go on top, and then we concede right on half-time. So your half-time message, did it change with that sort of second goal right on the break? Yeah,
absolutely. We were saying when we got back to 1-1 and there was still a bit of time in that first half, can we get another and go in 2-1 up? But yeah, totally reversed that. We went in 2-1 down, so it did change our messaging at half-time, that's for sure. And as much as I think we played well in that first half, those moments, like I said, when we were a bit in no man's land, needed to be addressed, and I needed to get that out of them and get them believing that that was the way to go, and that it would be okay. You know, don't be nervous about it. Just be brave. Like, back yourselves, back the people behind you to do their jobs, and I'm really pleased. Like, those boys are incredible in there. They really are, and. They were so brave in that second half, and the early goal helped in that second half, I think, to get level. And there was only one winner really from there. We had to be careful at times, obviously, but we were relentless. And
you had no Dave Winfield today, so Ade and Frankie, I think it was their first game playing together, even though it feels like they've both been here all the season. But sort of you had to put them, and good to get 90 minutes into Ade especially.
Yeah, I've got to say, I thought Jazzy was absolutely outstanding on Tuesday, and it was really harsh not to play him today. Really, really harsh. But with next week in mind a little bit, Jazzy's off on international duty, so Dave's still suspended, Cameron's still struggling and unlikely to be fit, I think. So we had to get Frankie and Ade minutes today and up to speed, starting minutes, and get to that fatigue stage where, you know, they're feeling it, and they gave everything, those two. And I think you could see that neither of them had started a game and played a lot of minutes for a while. I think Frankie's has been 3 or 4 weeks, and Ade, obviously he came on against Hampton, but that was his first outing for over 4 months. So I think you could see that at times, especially in the first half. But I thought as the game went on, actually, even though they both got really tired and fatigued, it kind of made their decision making even better, and they got stronger in that sense as the game went on.
And then sort of dominating it 2-2, so it's hard to know, even though it's a level scoreline, so it's hard to know and the way the game was, I suppose it's hard to know what substitutions to make. But the two that came on 80 minutes, Freddie and Callum, really set us up for victory.
Yeah, speaking to Trotz walking off, he was like, "Why didn't you make the sub sooner?" And we were discussing what subs to make for about 10 minutes, to be honest with you. We were just, because we were on top, pushing and things were going well, and it felt like it was only going to be a matter of time, but then the injection that the subs gave us in the end was incredible, really. I thought Jonesy's 2 assists, I'd take, because he got an assist for the penalty, and his ball for Freddie's goal was like top draw, like outside of the right boots. It was almost like he turned into David De Bruyne. Yeah, so full credit to him, and then Freddie, we knew his legs. We were close to starting Freddie, actually, because his runs in behind are so good, and we knew against Worthing that might cause some problems, and he certainly did that when he came on, and I'm so pleased that he got his goal. You know, we spoke to him, and since he's come back into, obviously from Bowers, he's been really good and fully warranting of being called a first team player, and we said to him on Thursday, you need to have that belief in yourself now that you're not an academy player getting a chance. You are a first team player, and you need to contribute towards what we're trying to achieve. And so having spoke to him about that on Thursday, for him to score today, I'm so chuffed for him. He's a great kid, and obviously it promotes what we're trying to do with bringing through our own, and I think the fans absolutely love him because he is one of our own, and when he scores, it's just you get that extra sort of buzz. No disrespect to any of the other players, but you do when it's your own and a young player that you're so desperate to do well. When they score, you just feel that's something extra.
Yeah, and then we've got a big game against Dartford. They've had a couple of weeks off because they had a game postponed today. So, and we've got some players missing, a couple on international, which we've touched on there, and Dave still suspended. So a big derby next Saturday as well.
Yeah, let's say with certain things, we had one eye on them next week with personnel that we wanted to play today, but we haven't looked too in-depthly into them because today was just too important. You know, next week could wait because today was vital that we backed up Tuesday's win. I'm not sure how long it's been since we've had back-to-back wins, but when you do put back-to-back wins together, it really does change the picture in terms of the league table, and I think that's moved us up a place. I think we've moved up a place.
Yeah, fourth now.
Yeah, fourth now. So, really important. And now Dartford becomes the most important game, and we'll be fully focused on that.
Okay, enjoy the Tuesday training session as well as the Thursday this week, Robbie, and we'll be speaking to you next Saturday.
Cheers, Ben. Thank you.